Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight to this new episode of Music with Nick. I'm super excited. We got another marathon today, and these are amazing bands that I can't wait to do. This was requested by Scott A. Or Scott Anderson, as we all know him, and I wanted to thank him. Thank you so much, and everybody who's watching today. So as you may have noticed, I'm doing the marathons a little bit different now. I'm not introducing any of the bands at the beginning of the song, the beginning of the marathon, because it does take a little bit of time away. So I rather introduce every song separately before I react to it or before I listen to it. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I do have a little bit of news. YouTube has changed the way so when I upload a marathon to YouTube, for some reason it doesn't scan all through the 5 songs anymore. I'm a little bit concerned about that, because now I would, if it gets blocked, then I don't have the other songs. I would usually have like 4 opportunities to to dispute the claim, right? And now for some reason YouTube is only scanning the first song. So now that is also kind of I don't know how to, if I should see this in a positive way or negative way, because for example, yesterday when I submitted the Donald Fagen marathon, I mean, it was 5 songs, but it started with Donald Fagen. Usually Donald Fagen gets blocked immediately, and it didn't. So maybe that's a good sign. Maybe YouTube is finally laying off the whole blocking thing, even though today I tried something by the Beatles and it got blocked immediately. So I still don't know how we're gonna work around this. Now with this, I'm not even worried, because the first song is by Warner Brothers. Maybe we might have to switch that the first song is Warner Brothers, and then you can do whatever you want, like because it's only basically YouTube is only recognizing that there is one song in the entire marathon, and that's the first song of. So I have no idea. So let's just for now be careful. I'll just keep doing the marathons the way you post them in your emails. Like if it starts with a Sony song, I'll start with that, or with a UMG, Universal, I'll do that too. This one, I'm not worried, because it starts with the Doobie Brothers, and that's Warner. So, but let's just see how this plays out. I'm just a little bit concerned if they're gonna rescan it later. Like, I don't know, if you don't have a YouTube channel, of course you don't know what I'm talking about, but usually when you post the marathon, it tells you all the 5 songs or 6 songs that you reacted to. They come up because Google has a system of recognizing everything that you upload. So for some reason, it's only recognizing the first song. So I don't know what to do with that. I'll have to do a little bit of digging or reading, but we'll get to the bottom of it. But for now, I'm okay. Let's just do this, and now I've created another intro of 4 minutes. But okay, this is because this is news. But again, thank you so much, Scott, for this. This is Clear as the Driven Snow by the Doobie Brothers. This is from the album The Captain and Me. I've done some songs from this album before, 1973. But now, instead of just telling you all the songs that I'm going to do, let's just go for first one, listen to that, and then jump to the next one. So here we go with the Doobies, and have fun. Here we go.
Laying easy somewhere, shade across my mind. Thoughts that pass I cannot catch. I'll reach for you and find that I have burned out, not to get burned out. Wind in the tree blows, even the sea knows that I have learned how. Think I can see now, looking through dreams is not what it seems. They handed me the bottle and said, drink it till it's gone. And now that it's
Beautiful.
I keep rolling, and I can't stop. Rolling, and I can't stop. It's driving me out of my mind. Then the truck stop, and I'm playing hot, and I'm cold drop, and I'm so close. Cold drop, and I'm so close. Give me a little more time. Spin me around, turn my life down. Take me down slow, don't let me go. Spin me around, turn my life down. Take me down slow, don't let me go. Gonna quit you, gonna quit you, gonna quit you, pretty mama. Quit you, hey mama. You know that I ain't no kind. Get behind me, get behind me, get behind me now. Bad times, oh bad times. There's nothing in there you can hide. Spin me around, turn my life down. Take me down slow, don't let me go. Spin me around, turn my life down. Take me down slow.
Wow. Those harmonics, beautiful. Wow. Beautiful guitar playing, beautiful, like everything, like the way, like now I understand so much more the people that, I mean, they do, I know it's universally loved, you know, the Doobie Brothers are universally loved, but I know why there's some people that are just, you know, like the first Doobie Brothers, because it was more complex. It was just, I don't know, there was more going on, you know, like musically, like like this whole, like I loved all the harmonics here, the acoustic playing, the electric guitar, the way it was mixed, the bass, the drumming. It's just, there's much more richness to it. Yeah, and I'm not saying that the Doobie Brothers, you know, from 78, that started more like a commercial trend, you know, more like a pop. I don't want to say pop, you know, it just sounded a little bit more accessible for everyone, I guess, more radio friendly. This is rock and roll, you know. And then I think the next one the next style they started doing was more like the radio friendly, the one that that we started with, what a fool believes and hits like that. And I know why people, I mean, they do love those songs, but I know why diehards of the Doobie Brothers prefer this, this version of the Doobies, because it is just more complex. There's more body and more stuff going on, there's more. It's a rawer version, it's like, I don't know, I don't know I don't want to start with comparison about Steely Dan. I know that in the end, Steely Dan sounded very jazzy and very but still so complex. You can't compare it. But yeah, they started more like a rock band and then turned into this jazz fusion. And they started like a rock band and turned more like a pop band, which happens to a lot of bands like Genesis, and others. But yeah, okay. So next song, that's what I love about this, because I'm kind of like not spoiling it, even though it's in the description. The next song is the Guess Who, and I think I haven't done like a lot of these guys, and I would always compare them with the Who. I would always not compare them. I was always confused about these two bands that I thought they were the same band. So I know American Woman, of course, like that's, I guess, like their all-time most famous song. This is Sour Suit, from So Long Bannatyne. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Bannatyne. This is from the Guess Who 1971. So here we go with Sour Suit. Sweet Suit. There we go. Wow.
Don't wanna listen to my telephone ring or sing ting-a-ling or talk about a thing. Not this morning. I don't wanna think about the night before, or maybe it's a bore behind an open door. Got no time for that this morning. If I had the mind or I had the time, maybe I could throw together a new kind of rhyme and tell about my warning. But it's too late now. It's too late now. It's too late now. Don't wanna think about a runaway dad that took away the only thing that I never had. Don't even miss him this morning. I don't wanna think about a cold goodbye or a high school buddy got a little too high. I can't help him out this morning. Reviewers laugh at me, so I'll go out to sea, and perhaps it's just as well, 'cause I'd rather be in hell than be a wealthy man this morning. But it's too late now. It's too late now.
Wow.
It's too late now. Whatever happened to images, 'cause now they're gone. Worn out phrases just keep a hanging on. Whatever happened to homes as opposed to houses? The conversation sings as the evening drowses. It's just like 46201. It's just like 46201. Whatever happened to early morning open skies and broken faces half with melting eyes? days, enough of riddles that just play with time. 'Cause I'm still here and I can't beg a dime. I'm back here in 46201. Back here in 46201. Something better's waiting for me around the corner now. I gotta find it and try and hang on for a little while. Back here in 46201, yeah. There's gotta be a few small changes made. Don't wanna listen to my telephone ring or sing ding-a-ling or talk about a thing.
Wow.
Leave me alone this morning.
What a great song. This reminded me of so much other bands, and I'm kind of bummed that I haven't heard this before. This was beautiful. It reminded me, you know, like a little bit of my God, I just had it. I had it in my head. Moody Blues, of course. A little bit of the Moody Blues, a little bit of Beatles, a little bit of Electric Light Orchestra. You know, the orchestration was beautiful. I love that piano was so present there, and also his voice. And I can't believe that's the same band that sings American Woman. You know, there, because it's not really heavy, but it's a lot, you know, more. I don't know. Now, I wanted to add something because this is very interesting. See, because the whole marathon is a pretty much a recollection of what was spinning on Scott's turntable, you know, during 1972, 1975. So I totally missed that because of my intro, because I'm worried about, you know, the YouTube channel and all that stuff. But I wanted to share this because it's so, it's so nice from him. And also he was kind of like, obviously he had Steely Dan playing. So he gave me the choice between Steely Dan and the Doobies, and I chose the Doobies because he was like, hey, if you don't want to do it because you want to do it with Alexia, I totally understand. And then I find that very, very sweet of Scott. So I just wanted to read a little bit without sharing too much information, you know, because all this is private, of course, but I think this is without giving too much away. It says, everything makes me happy, so let's try this one. What was spinning during 72 to 75? I had just bought the Steely Dan debut, Can't Buy a Thrill. I had heard Do It Again on the radio. I was instantly obsessed, so I stealthily confiscated my mother's turntable and started buying all the music I could afford, of course. So this marathon represents that period. The marathon started with Steely Dan, a deep cut Fagan doesn't sing, and I think I know which one you're talking about. I included an alternate Doobie Brothers. So that's what is so sweet about this, you know. So he's really thinking of Alexia as well. And then there's a Deep Purple song from Machine Head that you probably may have heard. So I included an alternate. So I'm going to do both because you're being so nice. You know, if you're nice, like I have to be nice as well. I want to be. So I'm going to do the Deep Purple cuts. I don't think I've heard that one before. We're going to get to that one right away after this one here, but I just wanted to share this. This was just when I read this, I had just a smile on my face, you know. Let's see. Okay, that's something else. Okay, so the next one is Jo Gunne, To the Island, Jumping the Gun, and I've done a song from this album before. I don't remember exactly which one it is. You guys just have the best memory. Like literally, you can recall something I've done like 2 years ago, literally. So yeah, I have to get more familiar with the bands, with the names, and so yeah. Okay, so here we go with To the Island. Here we go, and this is from, wait a minute, 73. Okay. Very good. Very good. I love it. I can't believe this doesn't have more plays. This is so good and it's feel good. And I did this for Scott in the last marathon. He requested around, doesn't say the month, but I did Jo Gunne, I Wanna Love You. And that one for some reason did get blocked. But now it's not even on the details because I disputed it and they never got back to me because it's Warner Brothers. They were just okay with it, you know. And I disputed the song. I think I disputed that song to unblock the marathon. I think it got blocked because of Les Dudek. And then it got unblocked because of Jo Gunne. And that's how I know, because I'm looking at the marathon that I did for Scott, and it's not even in it's in the description, but it's not. When you look into the marathon, you can basically click on copyright claims details, and the song is not even listed anymore because I disputed it and I won the dispute. So yeah, I think pretty much the way it's gonna go, like maybe they really finally, you know, realize that they are making money with these. But the only problem that I see here is if the marathon, I mean, you put up the marathon, and not everybody puts up marathon, you know, that I'm like, I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm sure I'm not, but um, it just recognizes the first song. So basically, that's only the first artist gets paid, because, or they're just like, I don't know, maybe they got too many emails, too many claims. Maybe YouTube made it easier for all of us. And it's now just recognizing the first song. Maybe it's just a law that you can scan the entire video, because usually it literally was like this. I would put up a marathon and it said, like this one, for example, this last one that I did for Scott, it said, Give Blood, Hurt, Stealing, Uriah Heep, Tom Petty, Pete Townsend, Les Dudek, etc. You know, every song is like recognized by the scan of YouTube. And now when I put up a marathon, just to give you an example, like the last one was Donald Fagen and Gwen Stefani, you know, and what else? Simon and Garfunkel, the Rolling Stones, Chicago, and the only song that was recognized was Donald Fagen, and it was like, you can't be monetized but not blocked. So maybe it's just made easier. But I did try with like I said before, with bands that block, like the Beatles, and it was immediately blocked, like only one song. So it's just like, I guess there, you just have to be careful. Like the Beatles blocks, and then I think Michael Jackson, even though our Michael Jackson video did get unblocked, the one that we did, the Thriller. So it's just like, it's to test out the waters, you know. I'm always a little bit concerned because, like I said, like I want your marathons to be up here, you know, on YouTube, and safe and forever to be up there, you know, and not be like blocked, and then I have to put them on Patreon. So let's just see how it goes, you know. If anything, if it goes like south, if it goes wrong, then I can always do, you know, individual songs. Oh, I don't know, you know. But I hope they make it easier for us, and like people are literally enjoying this, you know. Why make it so difficult? Maybe YouTube is really finally catching on and saying, hey, let's just make it easy on these creators, you know. So this was a great song. I love this band. There's surprisingly only 30,000 monthly listeners. This is this deserves way more attention, and that's why I love making these videos, because it gets, you know, the word out there. Maybe people are literally listening more to this kind of music, you know, that's literally forgotten. So okay, next one is Deep Purple. Now Machine Head, I haven't heard the entire album. I know it has Highway Star. Pictures of Home I've heard by Yngwie Malmsteen. Smoke on the Water, of course. I've done Lazy and I've done Space Truckin', but I haven't done Maybe I'm a Leo. That's the next song from Machine Head, Deep Purple, 1972. Can't wait. Yesterday I did a Deep Purple reaction to their third iteration. I think they call it MK or something, MK3, with Glenn Hughes and David Coverdale, and really, really cool. So this is, I think, still the original lineup here when they really got big. So here we go. So good.
Peeping round the door, I got a big
So no, I've not heard that before. What I love here is John Lord, that dun 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 boom. Like I love that he has distortion on his piano, on his keyboard or synth, or I think it's called the Hammond. You know, I love that instrument. The powerful, the ballsiness that it has, that it gives, you know, Richie Blackmore like a second guitar. You know. So yeah, I think this is the most epic lineup. I'm looking here that I didn't even know that the first vocalist was somebody else. I always thought it had been Ian here, Ian Gillian. But no, this one here is I'm sorry. No, this one is Ian on this album. I think Machine Head has the most, you know, epic lineup, being, you know, Richie Blackmore, Ian Gillian, and Roger Glover on bass, John Lord and Ian Pace on drums. But I didn't even know about the first singer. We're gonna do something from Taste the Band right now, and that was already David and Tommy Bolin on guitar and Glenn Hughes. All right, but yeah, I didn't know about the first vocalist. And there's a guy, Nick Simper on bass, and then Rod Evans on lead vocals. I had no idea. So I guess that's MK2. Mac. Awesome. But yeah, I think this lineup is one of the most epic ones. I mean, I think I love every singer ever in Deep Purple. They're all so good, you know. You can't say anything. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth album, imagine. I mean, wow. And they've literally, I can't even believe this, that they released an album in 2020 and 2021. When did this happen? Can't wait to listen to that. Who's on this? Ian Gillian, Steve Morse on the guitar. Wow. So still 3 original members. Pretty insane. Okay, let's continue with this. Wow. Richie Blackmore is such a good guitar player. I really didn't like him the first. I mean, I think the first time I heard him, I was so impressed, but it was on Rainbow. I heard one of my friends, I think it's in the back, right behind me. Yeah, right there, straight between the eyes. I got that album. Like some guy just had it in his collection, his mom, and I was like, what is this, Rainbow? And I was listening heavily to Yngwie Malmsteen at the time, and then I was like, and I don't know if I looked it up. Could I even look it up? There was no Wi-Fi, there was no internet. You had to go to like a cyber cafe, and but I think I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god, that's the guy that heavily influenced Yngwie Malmsteen. But I loved his guitar solo on Death Alley Driver. And I was like, wow, he sounds just like Malmsteen, but, more old school. And then I just read, like, I would always buy Guitar Magazine, and I would see some interviews, and he spoke very poorly of Yngwie Malmsteen. He's like, oh, he doesn't know how to play. And, back in the 90s, it was an opportunity to, in a guitar magazine, there was no Twitter, and it was just very, like, oh, I've said this on Guitar Magazine. I don't know. So he just spoke some crap about Yngwie Malmsteen, and I was like, well, that guy's not really nice, And I didn't know the whole story about that. My dad told me about that he knew Richie Blackmore and all this stuff, and that he was like pretty much living in Germany at the time, and then we had some kind of like run-ins. I was just a baby, so I don't know. I don't remember anything. I've talked about this before, but now that I'm like, I can really appreciate his playing now that I'm put all that stuff, that teenager like nonsense behind me. I can really appreciate how well he plays and how important he was for neoclassical guitar. Really, really good player with a lot of feel. And he might be not the nicest guy. I've seen some live footage where he's throwing around water bottles and, hides behind the amp and only comes out when his solo is imminent. And he kind of like just stops playing mid-song, I was like, what is wrong with this guy, But that's just, the rock star syndrome, And, he is Richie Blackmore, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants. So yeah, okay. So next song, this would be the last one, since we would have started with Steely Dan normally. This was going to be the closer. This is the Doobie Brothers from Toulouse Street, and Toulouse Street, isn't that their first album? I think I just did something from Toulouse Street, as a filler, which I won't. I don't think I have to do that anymore, because I don't have to forcefully do Warner Brothers. If this, what I'm thinking might be happening, that YouTube is just like the way it was before, like just upload whatever you want. I hope so. Then I won't have to look for that Warner Brothers extra song, the bonus track. I only do a bonus track for, people that are really constantly supporting the channel. And sometimes if it's a little bit on the short side. Now, this one is not on the short side, but I do want to do this favor to Scott because he was nice enough to be like, hey, choose whatever you want, and let's be mindful of Alexia, So we're gonna do Disciple by the Doobie Brothers, Toulouse Street, and here we go. And after that, we're gonna do some Deep Purple, and stick around. So much heavier.
Nighttime, I jump back in the alley, saw a shadow closing in, and blue smoke all around the figure, a knife blade flashing grim. I made my move to get away, seems like nowhere to run. All of a sudden I was blinded by a flash, a devil of a man with a gun. Woo! Man, I didn't believe it. Let me out of here.
What a great riff.
Lightning crackle all around me. Storm clouds are moving in. Blue smoke cleared so fast around me. The strange hunt is gone again. I looked up to see what had happened. They stood in front of me. He had a silver cape and eyes of red, with a button down limousine. Man, I gotta make my getaway.
So good. I love that the bass line and the guitar are completely opposite. Like, I mean, the bass is like, I don't know, but the guitar like it's like the it's. I love that the bass is not just like dun 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 dun. It's literally doing also like it's little like licks, and I love that interplay. Really cool. I don't know if this guy who's singing is the original singer, because it is the second album, I think. Let's see. I've looked it up prior right there, and it looks like, yes, Toulouse Street. But that's just a year before the Captain and I. So I'll look it up right now. But let's continue. Now they're doing the same thing here. Yes. Great track. So no, this is Tom Johnston, of course, on the acoustic and electric guitar, and the lead vocals, and lead and backing vocals. Okay. And Patrick Simmons, so both of them. And also I wanted to on the first track that I did, from the Captain and Me, I was Captain and I. That was also they also had Jeffrey Baxter on the guitar, but not the song that I did. But I know him because of Steely Dan, of course. He was on, I think, he did a couple of solos. I think, if I'm not mistaken, was that not Haitian Divorce, or maybe Green? I think Green Earrings. I think he did Green Earrings, but well, I could be wrong. Okay, so now we're gonna play another song. This is the last one by like I said, Deep Purple, and this is like the extra. This is not the longest song, but this is with Tommy Bolin, and I talked about Tommy Bolin yesterday, actually, in the Deep Purple reaction. Because we went to see Glenn Hughes, and he was literally just like, he wouldn't stop about Tommy because they lived together in Denver. So he was like, I can feel him, you know, he's here tonight, and super nice guy. A lot of people, I don't know, don't like him. I really liked him a lot. He was very, very kind and super nice to the crowd. And it wasn't like a packed, you know, place. So he was very, very sweet, and he was still like rocking, man. I mean, that falsetto, oh my God. I don't know if that was, you know, done, if he was really doing it, or if I don't know, but it was just amazing. His bass playing and his stage presence and everything. So this is from Getting Tighter, Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band is the album, 1975. All right, here we go. And boom. Okay. Wow, there's so much stuff I have to talk about right now. So I loved that Glenn Hughes was on the vocals, Tommy Bolin on the guitar, and this looks like was, 75 was, uh, after this it took a while to get back together again. When they did Perfect Strangers in '84, it looks like, you know, all these they formed again the second like MK Mac 2, and oh my god, I didn't even know this was recorded in Musicland, and my dad used to literally live there, with all of his music buddies and Giorgio Moroder. And it says Musicland 1975. Musicland Studio was a recording studio located in Munich, Germany. Originally housed a Helios console, which was favored by many of the bands up from that era. It was established by Italian record producer, songwriter, and performer Giorgio Moroder in the early 1970s, and etc., etc., etc. So my dad would always tell me about, oh yeah, Musicland, and he would take me there, and I had no idea what we were looking at. I was just a child, but that's kind of cool. That Yeah, that's why I knew so many. Like, look, so Led Zeppelin has recorded the Queen, the Stones, Electric Light Orchestra, Iron Maiden, Donna Summer. That's like what it would always talk about, Donna Summer. Because they were good friends. Deep Purple, Rainbow, Freddie Mercury. Holy moly. Is it still going? The facility closed at the beginning of the 90s as the nearby U4 metro was affecting recording quality. Oh wow. Yeah, that was opened up in 72. I remember what we just went to Munich, Alexia and I, and I could have taken her there, but I didn't really know where it was. But yeah, I do remember this studio, the Arabella high-rise building. Yeah, so cool. Oh well, this was fantastic. Again, thank you so much, Scott. This was a wonderful marathon. Great rock. I'm really jealous that you had all this great music playing on your turntable in 72, from 72 to 75 and onwards, of course. But this was very special. Thanks again so much for getting in touch with me. I'm such a fan of this music. Thank you so much for you guys, for everyone, for introducing us to this amazing past, that you guys lived. And it's so cool that it sometimes connects so much with my dad and my parents, and it's really cool. And I had no idea I was gonna be doing this ever, like listening to all this music. I never thought I would have the time. You just have to take it, I guess. So again, thank you so much for being here, for watching. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one.